Before the break, we showed you the highlights from our Pro Stock qualifying races. Now, here's what went down in the Pro Stock final. It was T-Train, Tucker Hibbert, who took the early hole shot.
He is so smooth, he makes it look just effortless and easy, which we know it isn't, but it doesn't appear that way with T-Train.
While two riders right behind them, Levi Lavallee and TJ Gula, battled for second and third. Tucker Hibbert never looked back and worked his way into lap traffic as he made passes in this 30-lap final.
With 30 laps in such a long race, Tucker could almost come back in and lap the entire field. It looks like he's going to make it up through fifth.
After 30 long laps, T-Train Tucker Hibbert was able to take the win. Levi Lavallee in second and Ryan Simons in third.
All right, everybody, this is it for the Duluth opener, and I'm standing by your winner. It looked like you had a really good lead the entire race. Now, we're not talking 10 laps, we're talking 30 laps. And the most impressive part about that when we were looking at the lap times is that some of your best lap times were towards the end. How is that possible?
I don't know, you know, the track got really blown out and really difficult to find rhythm at the end. So I'm just excited to get through the race and not have any get-offs. It got pretty rough out there. So
coming into this, you also were very confident. Did you kind of have an idea that you might take this?
You know, you always want to have it in your head that you can win, and that's something that you've just got to, get driven into your head and believe it before you get here, or else you don't have a chance. So, the whole Monster Energy Arctic Cat team has just been working real hard back at the shop, and we've put in the time it takes to come out here and win.
30 laps was a long time. I was just trying to stay on my sled. So I was out there, I had a decent pace, and Tucker, he checked out early on and kind of just settled in, and I was like, well, I'm just going to keep plugging away, and I was gaining on him a little, but he was far enough out where he could just take a little breather every once in a while. But I just rode my butt off, and I couldn't be happier to be up here in second. You can only do as best you can. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Hopefully I get him, though. It sure would be nice to get around that 68.
Tucker Hibbert, watch it. Yeah, see? All right, Polaris, they've got to be pumped. Congratulations, Levi.
And now it's time to bring you our Pro Open qualifying action.
Let's talk about the Pro Open snowmobiles. Now, these aren't the same as the Pro Stock. These can have a lot of hand-built and do have a lot of hand-built unique components just for this race that you won't find on a stock snowmobile. A lot of lightweight, really trick components, but what comes with that also is sometimes more room for error and mechanical failures. Let's see which ones hold up, which ones don't.
Well, Mac, one thing we haven't seen this weekend yet is the Yamaha racers out on track. Of course, Yamaha running their 4-stroke production sled, the Nitro being the base, 4-stroke, 1,040 cc's. I can't wait to see Steve Taylor and Ian Hayden on the new Yamaha machine. As it was in Pro Stock, in Pro Open, the top 3 out of each heat and the last chance qualifier moved to the final. In Pro Open Heat 1, our cameraman was fooled by TJ Gula, who lined up way on the outside, cut across, and took the whole shot.
Man, we gotta check that out again. That is so awesome. When he started on the outside, he's got that good, fresh, hard snow. It's not that sugary base in the middle. What a great hole shot that was.
And of course, as TJ Gula pulled away from the pack, the race was for second between Sean Crapo and Matt Pichet. It was in turn 3 that we saw Sean Crapo find his demise as his machine went head over heels. He was okay as he gets back up and gets back on his machine.
Boy, had an awkward, unusual landing there for Crapo. When he came down nose heavy, front end first, had a bit of a kicker, and as they say, the kickers kick him off.
And that allowed Mike Schultz to move up into the second spot. And at the finish, at the checkers, it was TJ Gula taking the win, Mike Schultz in second, and Matthew Morin in third. In Pro Open Heat 2, it was Steve Taylor and Tucker Hibbert side by side for the whole shot. Tucker Hibbert with the inside line took over the advantage.
You know, we were wondering about the Yamahas, how much bottom end power, how much torque they'd have, how they would show on their first heat. That answered it, man. Taylor nailed the whole shot, just went outside, and that was the wrong line.
Well, the battle between Ross Martin and Tucker Hibbert continued throughout the race as they battled back and forth through the abyss and through every turn. And it was lap 6 when we saw Ross Martin and Tucker Hibbert nearly side by side across the finish line, and in 2 turns, 3 passes were made.
You got to check this out with Tucker. Check out the save he made down here. He's going to go down. Looks like he's over. On his side, hangs on, and pulls it back out.
Pro Open Heat 3 saw Tucker Hibbert taking the win, Ross Martin in second, and Ryan Simons in third. In Pro Open Heat 3, it was the Yamaha of Ian Hayden who took the early hole shot.
Boy, it goes to show you that bottom end torque and power. Once again, Yamaha is shining on these hole shots.
But as they came to the flag, it was Levi Lavallee who was out in front. And at the end of Heat 3, it was Levi Lavallee who took the win, followed by Matt Judnick and DJ Ekstrom. So with both of our last chance qualifiers out of the way, here's who qualified for our Pro Open Final. And no surprise to race fans, your number one qualifier, T-Train Tucker Hibbert.
You are the leader after the qualifying rounds. How do you feel going into this final?
I feel pretty good. You know, the heat race was a little bit different than what we're used to. The track was a little bit faster and choppy. It wasn't as deep a holes. It was more just high-speed pounding. So it took me a little bit to get comfortable on the track and get around Ross for the win. But I guess we're ready. Just got to go out there and put in another 30 hard laps and see what happens.
Find out if anyone can stop the T-Train next.
If you were a pro snowcross racer, which oil would you trust to get you on the podium? Amsoil. Ask DJ Ekstrom. He's used it his entire racing career. And whether you're racing your friends on the trail or foes on the track, use Amsoil synthetic two-stroke oils to maximize the power and performance of your sled. Interceptor gets it done on the trails, and Dominator gets it done on the racetrack. Amsoil, the first in synthetics.